Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching, back for my 11th Floss Tube video. Today is Sunday, November 26th. It is my son Adam's 33rd birthday today, so everybody wish him a happy birthday. I think he's going to be like my dad. Dad always, if you ever asked him how old he was always going on 33. So when I asked Adam how old he was going to be the other day, and he said he was going to be 32, I asked him if he thought maybe he was going to be like Grandpa and always be going on 33, and he thought that sounded like a good idea. So this is going to be a fairly short video. I am coming down with something, and my voice is not going to last very long. I have a horrible sore throat, but I did want to share something with you. You should probably sit down for this because it's a little bit shocking. It's something that's been 9 months in the making, and no, it's not a baby, but I do have a finish. 9 months it has taken me to finish, but it is done. And it is Fractor Flowers, all finished. I've got the framing, well, the frame and the mats and stuff are here for it. I just haven't, customer stuff comes first. But the stitching is done, and I am really happy with how that turned out. I even went ahead and put my initials and the year on it, and I very rarely sign and date anything that I have stitched. So I have left out, there's supposed to be a single stitch border all the way around. I've left that out because I am going to mat it. I've got kind of a wild and crazy framing idea for it, so hopefully it's going to turn out as awesome as it looks in my head. But anyway, 9 months. I started this right after market, so last March, and I'm really happy it's completed. So anyway, there it is. Thank you to everyone who has loved my conversion and requested it. It always surprises me when people like something that I have done that's a little different from the norm. I also, while I'm thinking about it, want to thank everybody for being so great about my long absences. We're 2 weeks away from the wedding, and I am very hopeful that once that's done, that life will calm down a little bit again. Amy will arrive for the wedding on the 7th. So Dan and I are busy trying to shovel the crap out of our house. I have brought a ton of stuff home from cleaning out Mom and Dad's house, stuff that they couldn't part with yet, like every single yearbook my dad has ever had, and I think they gave yearbooks away when you were in grade school back then, because I'll swear there's 15 of them, and he could not part with them, so they are at my house. That's just a sample of some of the bizarre things that have come home with me, and most of them were just dumped in the library and the dining room, which is what you see when you walk in the door. So last Sunday was the first Sunday that I have had in a year to spend on my own house, and we got the first layer of crap out of the main floor. So when I'm done here, if I'm not feeling so bad, I'll probably go home and whittle out maybe the second layer of filth. But like I said, I just wanted to show my finish, and I've got a couple other things to show you. Rags is here with me today because I have had, come here, Raggy. Come here. Come here, Rags. Come here. Come and say hi. She's being shop guard dog today. I've had a kind of, he doesn't look really scary dude, but a younger kid who's very free and open about the fact that he's on drugs and likes to tag things, and I feel kind of like he's been scoping out the place to maybe do something he shouldn't. So I've been bringing Rags quite a bit to provide a layer of protection. So she's here today with me. And, yeah, it's hello, baby. Say hi to everybody. But the door's locked, but it's just going out into the... I'm the only one in the plaza that's open. Well, I guess the restaurant on the other end might be open now, but everybody else is pretty much closed on Sunday, so I just wasn't comfortable being here by myself. He's been in twice, and it's kind of scary. So, go lay down. Lay down, baby. Lay down. Anyway, what else is new? Like I said, the wedding is in, well, it was 2 weeks from it's 2 weeks from yesterday. So, I think everything is pretty much done for it. She's putting up the 40 Christmas trees this weekend that will decorate the agricultural building. We go for her final fitting on Thursday. I still need to find shoes. Maybe an outfit for the rehearsal dinner or the brunch the next day. I don't know. But she's got a good handle on everything, and if she can just not panic so much about the actual walking down the aisle. Abby doesn't, she says she doesn't like being the center of attention, and it's more that many people looking at her. Smaller groups, she has no problem with it, but she does not like being the center of attention when there's, 600 people staring at you as you're walking down the aisle. And I can understand that because I'm not looking forward to doing that myself. And I'm trying to talk her through it, but she melts down on a regular basis, and I guess that's what my job is right now, is to keep her calm and focused, and we'll get through this, and it's going to be a good time. What else? Mom and Dad's house went on the market and sold within 3 days, so we just have to move out the final pieces of furniture that we'd left in there for staging purposes, and then that chapter of our life will be over. They're doing okay as of yesterday. I haven't talked to Melanie this morning. Her family is all sick at the moment, and we're really hoping Mom and Dad don't get it, because I don't know that it's a pretty nasty virus that they have, and I don't know that Mom and Dad would be able to fight it off. So we'll just have to see what happens. We had a good Thanksgiving. Adam and Marcia hosted. And it was a small group because, like I said, Melanie and family are down with, as she refers to it, the plague. So it was just Dan and I, Dan's parents, Abby and Travis, and Marcia, Adam, and the girls. So it was a small group, but we had a good day. It was nice to just have a day to do nothing. I had to take a couple of things for food, but Marcia did the majority of the cooking. We ate too much. Had a little bit of sangria. And by a little bit, I mean like this much, and then I was numb from the neck down, so I was done for the day. But yeah, that was a good time. Dan had a great time playing with Emma. At one point, it was about bedtime, and Adam went down to the basement because Dan and Emma were downstairs playing something, I'm not sure what, but Adam went down to tell Emma it was about time for bed, and she usually fights him on going to bed, but she came up the stairs and rounded the corner and headed up the stairs to the bedrooms. She says, "I'm tired, I'm going to bed." She didn't say goodnight, she didn't give anyone a hug or a kiss, she just, boom, up the stairs and to bed. So she was pretty tired from playing with Grandpa. And Dan and I went home, and he promptly fell asleep in the chair, so he must have been pretty wore out too. And I think that's all the rambling I'm gonna do. My throat is getting more sore as I talk, so I'm just gonna show you Dan and I after I finished Fractor Flowers. It was about the same time that Brenda from With Thy Needle released the O Tannenbaum chart, so I ordered the boxes and the charts and decided that if we split up the stitching, we might actually get it done in a timely fashion. So he chose to work on, well, in case you don't know what it looks like, and I didn't take it out of the bag. Okay, there is O Tannenbaum. So as you can see, there are 5 different little projects. And I have my unfinished box because I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll do it exactly how she did hers. I haven't decided yet. But that's the box. There's 5 openings, so there's 5 little projects. I had Dan choose the one he wanted to do. So he chose the sled. And I chose the house. Neither one of us wanted to do the Santa because of all that fill, but I finished my house first, so I have started the Santa, and Dan finished this a couple days after I did, and so he started this one, but I didn't bring those to show you, but I did bring our finishes. So this is Dan's. And he's done a good job. His back looks good. I don't know what the problem was with that Halloween pillow that he did such a poor job on, but he did a good job on this one. It's beautiful. I did make a couple changes. Surprise, surprise, huh? It calls for 36 count Legacy. I ordered 36 count Legacy. It came in and it was moss green, which, if you're familiar with Legacy at all, you know it's not supposed to be moss green. It does have some greening to it, but I mean it was green. It was green. So I went through my 36 count fabrics. I didn't find anything else that I really cared for, so I bumped it up to 40 count Fresco, which is probably one of my favorite fabrics right now. It's pretty neutral. It has a touch of green in it. It also has a touch of pink in certain areas. And I don't know if it's going to show up. Probably not, but anyway. Yeah, it's not, color-wise, not going to show up real well. But it's, like I said, it's one of my favorite. It has some modeling, but not too much modeling. It doesn't have a ton of green to it, but it does have some green. I did have to change the snow color because it wasn't going to show up. So I did change that to, I think, grits. Weeks Dye Works grits, I think. Excuse me. But anyway, that's Dan's first finish. It's got a couple of sweet little cardinals on there. Love the sheep. A little hint for you, if you buy this and it calls for wood rose, there are like, I don't know, 3, 4 stitches that you need wood rose for. One of them is the sheep's nose. Substitute something you already have. Don't spend the $2.50 on a full skein because 4 stitches. So I happen to have wood rose, so that's what's used there, but if you don't have it, find something else that works. And then this is mine. Sorry for the string. I did make a change to the smoke coming out of the chimney. It was supposed to be the same color as the snow, and I think I used pebble, just a little piece of pebble that I had, which is Gentle Arts, I think, and made my smoke a little gray rather than white. But there's mine. So we have those done. We're working on our next 2. I'm hoping, let's be honest, it's not going to get done by the end of the month. So I may have to extend, excuse me, my stitching into Hawk Run Hollow month a little bit in order to get that done. But it should be okay because I worked ahead last month, so I already have my block started, so I should be all right. I was thinking ahead because I knew I'd have that wedding and there'd be like 5 days of no stitching whatsoever, so I worked ahead. So hopefully I worked ahead enough that I'll still get my block done in December. The only other thing I have to show you, well, I guess I have a couple things I can show you. One of the new charts that has come in that I think is very interesting, the way it's done, but I was also a little surprised by the color. So it's Winter Cometh from Summer House Stitchworks. And I just thought the concept was kind of cool with the lighter band in the middle. I don't know, it appealed to me. So I pulled the thread and the floss, which is DMC. And I was a little surprised because I don't know if you can tell, but this color right here looks green to me in the picture. In person, maybe not so much on this camera, but in the picture, in person, it looks like an olivey green color. But when you go to pull the floss, it is definitely not an olivey green. It's DMC 823, 926, and 610, which is brown. So don't be fooled by the cover if you go to buy it or order it, whatever you do. That is not green. It is 610, which is drab brown. I think it looks good. It just doesn't look like does not look like the cover photo. And we've talked before about how you shouldn't trust the cover photo, but sometimes I'm always surprised. Anyway, this is the vintage, well, it calls for light exemplar, 40 count light exemplar. I only have vintage light exemplar, which would look fine too with those 3 colors on it. I don't know, that design intrigues me for some reason. I don't know what it is. I just think it's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of the coverlet houses that she did several years back, which I have as a whip somewhere, and one of these days I'll actually get it finished because I do like it. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you because of the color difference. I'm here today working on framing because I'm super duper behind, and I'm mostly just tweaking stretching, but I did finish up one piece that I can show you. It's a needlepoint piece, and I think it turned out really nice. Joyce has been really good about being patient with me because God knows I haven't had time. But I like it. Those pumpkins are beautiful. I love the texture from the needlepoint stitching. This would be a counted canvas piece, I believe is what you would call that. And I really like it. And if she wanted to give it to me, I would be happy to find a home for it. But I don't think she will. She's been kind of antsy about getting it back, so patient, but still asks, is it done yet? Is it done yet? And now I can tell her it's done. Another piece I'm working on the tweaking of, since it's sitting here, is the needlework ABCs from Little House. This is Jane's piece. It's really long. So I'll do half of it, and then half. The winter ABCs, this is, should be in stock next week. I've got several people who have requested that one. It's really pretty. But just since it was laying here, I'm still, see, it's not finished. Still working on the tweaking of the stretching. Make sure it's good and straight. Just thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. I just wanted to check in with everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. I have watched some videos while I've been working this morning, so I caught jeez, who did I watch this morning? Nope, I don't remember who I watched this morning. I did catch Yvonne's latest video. Not this morning, though. That was yesterday or the day before. Chelsea and Priscilla's latest video. I watched Stitching Jules, I think, is her channel name. She's a veterinarian. I've watched a couple of hers lately. But this morning is a blank. Yeah, no, I don't know who I watched. I'm sorry. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. I am fading fast, and I think I just want to go home and crawl into bed. So, oh, dang. No, one other thing. I had several people from my last video who inquired about Callie, my other dog, and her peeing in the kennel issue. She had been tested to see if she had a UTI or bladder infection, and there was nothing that came up on the test, but she continued to have the problem. We tried puppy Prozac, and that didn't seem to calm her down any or solve the issue. But the urine kept getting smellier and smellier, so I had some leftover antibiotic from one of the other dogs, and because of course it was the weekend and vet was closed. And within 3 days, she was not peeing in the kennel anymore. So I went into the vet and I got a full prescription of it. And she just finished up her prescription and is doing well. Has an ear infection now from all the baths that I had to give her because she was peeing in her kennel every day. So we're treating that, but she's doing much better. So thank you for your concern and your suggestions. I'm not sure why it didn't show up. Maybe it was too early. I don't know. But she's doing well. So thank you for your concern. And with that, have a great rest of the day. It's beautiful outside here. I'm hoping the weather holds for Abby's wedding. Some of the long-term forecasts are not very pretty. Some of them are just okay. I'm hoping for, let's just keep it in the 50s until after the wedding, and then it can do what it wants to do. But for right now, 50s would be good. And no snow, since we got all that driving to do. That's probably about it. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I probably do, I just don't remember what it is. So anyway, y'all have a good day and get some stitching time in, and I will see you probably on the other side of the wedding. Hopefully I'll have some pictures I can show you and stories to tell. Until then, take care.